Stephanie White thought she had seen it all, but when she watched Caitlin Clark train with Briana Turner, she was stunned. This wasn't just another workout. This was something else, something huge. Clark has always been a fierce competitor, but after this, the WNBA is officially on high alert. What exactly did she do that left her coach speechless? That's coming up next. Clark's offseason was already intense, but when she teamed up with Briana Turner, it reached an entirely new level. We already knew Clark was committed to improving, but this was different. Stephanie White expected Clark to come back stronger, but what she's witnessing now is beyond anything she imagined. The moment Clark stepped on the court with Turner, it was clear she wasn't just stronger. She was smarter, faster, and more dominant than ever. Last season, Clark took hits from defenders who tried to bully her. This season, she's the one bringing the physicality. Briana Turner, one of the toughest defenders in the WNBA, pushed Clark to her limits with full-court pressure, body checks, and double teams. But Clark didn't just handle it. She dominated. Coach White couldn't believe what she was seeing. Turner, known for shutting down elite scorers, struggled to contain Clark. That's how much Clark has evolved. And the scary part? She's just getting started. Briana Turner and Caitlin Clark have had their fair share of battles. Whether in college or the WNBA, these two have always found themselves on opposite sides, pushing each other to the limit. But now, they're on the same side, and the results are terrifying for the rest of the league. Turner, one of the most respected defenders in the WNBA, has taken Clark under her wing. The two have been grinding through the off-season like never before. The intensity, the dedication, it's next level. And for Caitlin Clark, this could be the game changer she's been waiting for. To understand why this partnership is so significant, we have to go back to where it all started. Briana Turner built her reputation as a lockdown defender, first at Notre Dame, where she dominated in college, and then in the WNBA with the Phoenix Mercury. She was never the flashiest player or the biggest scorer, but she had something that made her irreplaceable: elite defense. Turner could guard anyone, from speedy guards to powerful forwards. Her ability to anticipate plays, block shots, and make life miserable for offensive players was unmatched. Clark, on the other hand, was always an offensive superstar. From her record-breaking days at Iowa to her early games in the WNBA, her scoring ability was never in question. What was questioned, however, was her ability to handle the league's physicality. Clark's rookie year proved she had the skills, but defenses made her life difficult with double teams, full court pressure, and sheer strength. And who better to help her prepare than Briana Turner, the exact type of defender who used to give her problems? When Turner and Clark teamed up this offseason, it wasn't just about getting shots up. No, this was a full-blown battle. Turner didn't take it easy on Clark, and Clark didn't back down. Every practice was a war. Clark attacking Turner, Turner shutting her down over and over again. And here's the scary part. Clark kept getting better. Enter Keith Porter, one of the best basketball trainers out there. And now he's working with Caitlin Clark to make her even stronger, faster, and smarter on the court. But who is Keith Porter, and why is he so important for Clark? Let's break it down. Keith Porter isn't just a trainer who teaches players how to shoot or dribble. He helps them become stronger, tougher, and more confident. He's worked with some of the best athletes in the world, ensuring they're ready for any challenge. Now he's pushing Caitlin Clark every day, helping her become the best version of herself when she steps on the court. So what does training with Keith Porter look like? It's brutal. Clark doesn't just show up and take a few shots. She grinds for hours, running, jumping, lifting weights, and drilling fundamentals over and over again. Keith makes sure Clark's stamina is elite so she can run up and down the court without slowing down. He's also building her strength so that when defenders try to push her around, she stands her ground. But that's not all. Keith is also sharpening Clark's mindset. Basketball isn't just about strength and speed, it's about thinking ahead and staying calm under pressure. Keith's training helps Clark stay focused and confident, teaching her how to make quick decisions, avoid turnovers, and create space for the best shots. Caitlin Clark has always been one of the hardest-working players in the world, but with Keith Porter by her side, she's training at an entirely new level. Every day she wakes up early, grinds through intense workouts, and pushes herself beyond her limits. And when the new season starts, the WNBA better be ready, because Caitlin Clark is coming. Get to work. No excuses, no shortcuts, just pure hard work. Even after a long day of practice, Caitlin Clark and Keith Porter don't stop. They keep pushing because they know that to be the best, you have to outwork everyone else. And here's the scary part. For the rest of the WNBA, at least, Clark isn't done improving. With Keith's help, she's faster, stronger, and smarter than ever before, and she's just getting started. This season, she's coming in ready to dominate, and no defender is going to stop her easily. If you thought Caitlin Clark was good last season, just wait, because with Keith Porter in her corner, she's about to be unstoppable. Clark's physical transformation is undeniable. Last season, teams used physical defense to push her around and disrupt her rhythm, but this time, that strategy won't work. She has added serious muscle, especially in her upper body. Now, when defenders try to bump her off her spot, she doesn't move. Instead, she initiates the contact. Her lower body strength has improved, making her even quicker and more explosive. That means she can stop on a dime, pull up for mid-range jumpers, and elevate with power. Before, defenders forced her into tough shots. Now, she's the one dictating the game. Turner felt every bit of it in training. Defending Clark was already a challenge, but now that she's added this new level of strength and speed, it's becoming nearly impossible. But here's what's truly terrifying. Clark isn't just stronger, she's smarter. One of her biggest weaknesses last season was how defenders forced her off the three-point line, making her take difficult mid-range shots. But this offseason, she adapted. Clark spent hours perfecting her mid-range game. Now, when defenders close out on her three-point shot, she doesn't panic. She stops on a dime and knocks down smooth pull-up jumpers. And if they play her too tight, she blows right by them. Coach Stephanie White saw this firsthand when Clark and Turner battled in training. Every time Turner adjusted, Clark countered. Every defensive scheme, every pressure situation, Clark had an answer. That's the mark of an elite player, and it doesn't stop there. Coach White isn't just focused on Clark's scoring, she's molding her into a true leader. Last season, Clark was already the face of the franchise, but now she's the floor general. Coach White has been pushing her to be more vocal, take full control of the offense, and elevate her teammates. Clark is studying film, breaking down defenses, and mastering how to control the game. She's not just reacting to defenders anymore, she's dictating everything. That's why Stephanie White is so shocked. Most players take years to develop this level of understanding, but Clark is already there. And let's talk about the Fever's new offense, because it's built for Clark's. To thrive, last season Clark had to do everything. She was the primary scorer, playmaker, and go-to option. Defenses swarmed her, and Indiana didn't have enough weapons to take the pressure off. But this year, that's changing. With Briana Turner, DeWanna Bonner, and Natasha Howard joining the roster, Clark finally has help. That means fewer double teams and better floor spacing, creating a more dangerous Indiana offense. Coach White is already designing plays to maximize Clark's strengths, more off-ball movement, quick hitting plays, and better opportunities for her to exploit defenders. Instead of always creating her own shots, she's now getting clean looks. And the early results are incredible. Clark is more efficient, the team is more balanced, and for the first time, the Fever looks like a real contender. But here's what's even more impressive. Clark's mental game has reached a new level. She's not just physically stronger, she's mentally tougher than ever. All the criticism, all the pressure, it doesn't faze her. Instead, she thrives on it. She embraces the challenge, using every doubter as fuel. Every single day, She's in the gym, fine-tuning her game, making sure she's prepared for whatever comes next. Her confidence is at an all-time high. When she steps on the court, she knows she's the best player there, and there's no stopping her. Coach White has worked with some of the best in the game, but even she admits that Clark's drive is different. She's not just playing for herself, she's playing for her team, her city, and every single fan who believes in her. That's why this season is about more than just basketball. It's about proving something to herself, to the league, and to the world. Clark isn't just here to compete. She's here to take over. And if you think she's stopping here, think again. Clark is already planning her next moves, working on her defense, expanding her shot selection, and becoming even more unstoppable. This is just the beginning. And if the WNBA thought they had Caitlin Clark figured out, they're in for a rude awakening. So the question remains, is this the year Clark becomes an MVP? Can she lead the Fever to a championship? The pieces are in place. Now, it's up to her. What do you think? Will Caitlin Clark shock the world this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments.